What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys. This is not a regular video. This is just a very impromptu video that I sat and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? I want to talk about it. So we gonna talk. Excuse me. So we're gonna talk about it, you guys. So before we just delve into what I want to talk about, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's go ahead and just get into this topic, you guys. All right, you guys. So I am here because I was watching, you guys know, I pretty much watch all the Housewives with the exception of Jersey. I do watch Jersey here and there, but I don't stick around for Jersey for too long because at a certain point, Teresa gets on my nerves and then Teresa's rabid fans get on my nerves. So I don't stick with Jersey too long, but like I said, I watch every Housewives city: Atlanta, New York, Potomac, Miami, Beverly Hills, DC, Dallas, OC. What else we got? What else we got, y'all? Atlanta. Yeah, I watch pretty much every last one of the Housewives that there is. I know every seat. I know every city. Know them all. But I know I probably didn't name all of them. But I watch all of them. So currently, Salt Lake City. I forgot to mention them too, because this is really about Salt Lake City and Beverly Hills, respectively. Oh, Dubai as well. I can do without Dubai, but you guys know. So we talk about this. We talk about this. The integration of black women onto predominantly white or all white cast, right? Ebony K. Williams, we discussed her when she was on the Real Housewives of New York, and you know these rabid fans, they want to blame Ebony for the old ladies of Roni being let go and us getting this new cast of Roni, right? Which I don't know if they got renewed for another season, but you guys remember people blame Ebony. Oh, Ebony brought up race. Ebony brought up race. Granted, she was trying to educate those women, and it did come off very annoying. But for years, people have been saying Ramona gives racist. And I know I've said it for a long time about Ramona, that I always pegged Ramona as a racist. And I stand by that. And then you guys saw what happened. I mean, you guys saw she was not at BravoCon because of some comments that she made about African Americans. I think she said the N-word. I think she said nigga. I can't remember what it was with Ramona, but we know Ramona. Then when Real Housewives of Beverly Hills got Garcelle, remember the first season or two, the people were like, the ladies were afraid to say anything because they didn't want to be labeled as a racist against Garcelle. And fast forward currently with Garcelle, people are attacking her, saying she uses the race card and all of that kind of stuff. And people want to, people just keep attacking her on social media about this stuff between she and Dorit. And the thing is, she's never once said that Dorit was a racist. She called Dorit a Karen because Dorit was giving Karen vibes. And here's my thing. If you guys feel a way about the word Karen or the term Karen, that's your problem, nobody else's. That is all on you guys and how you interpret that. If you interpret a Karen to mean that you're racist, then that just goes to speak to what you think about, not us. A Karen is just somebody who a person who exacerbates things and doesn't mind their own fucking business. Is truly what a Karen is. And yes, can it be attached to a white woman? More specifically, yes, it is. Here late in, with 2020, it was attached to white women. But I think, for me, these are my opinions, I think anybody can be considered a Karen. But like I said, we saw it more prevalent with white women. And that's all Garcelle said to her, was that she was coming off like a Karen, which, let's be real, she was. And it was a what about me? Like, you know that I'm Jewish, but Garcelle didn't say anything anti-Semitic to her but she brought that up for what reason I do not know. And she wanted to go into that conversation to listen to Garcelle, but she still ultimately did not listen to Garcelle. And I'm gonna repeat what I said a few minutes ago. Garcelle never called Dorit a racist. She didn't call her a racist. Those words never came out of her mouth. Now, if you guys are assuming that, what is the first word of that? Ass. What happens when you make an assumption? You make an ass of yourself. So she never verbatimly said that Dorit is a racist. And I think Dorit even asked her, do you think I'm racist? And she says, no. And like I said, there was so much outrage about that whole conversation with Garcelle and Dorit. And then fast forward to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Now, for me, when it came down to the Salt Lake City, I always thought it was so interesting when Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was announced. I was like, wow, that's an interesting place to go, right? Then in 2020, with the pandemic, they pushed Salt Lake City out because, remember, in 2020, there was no show, like none of the Housewives shows were filming. The only shows that they got before the lockdown was Salt Lake City, because they filmed Salt Lake City at the end of 2019, and then Potomac that they had filmed in 2019. So those were the only two shows that were in the can at that time. So they pushed Potomac season 5 out, and they pushed out season 1 of Salt Lake City. Then when they revealed the cast, we saw Mary as a cast member. She was the only black woman on the cast, right? And so with that, I was like, oh, I'm like, this is going to be, I'm like, I hope this isn't a situation where they're going to gang up on, I was hoping like this isn't going to be a situation where we deal with, some of the women potentially being accused of racism against her. And in the first season, no, because season 1, if you guys go back, she and Jen were going at it with each other, and Jen is Tongan. So technically Jen did play the race card. Reverse race card at that. She played the reverse race card against Mary. Because you guys remember season 1 when Jen said that Mary said that she doesn't go to the 7-Eleven because a black man hanging outside of the 7-Eleven. We had the whole debate about that. I don't want to regurgitate that. I don't want to bring that up again. We've talked about that ad nauseum, and I'm not going to repeat it again. But Jim did that. Then remember, I think it was last season when Jen came out and called Lisa a racist because Lisa said allegedly Lisa said some things to Jen's sons who are, biracial. And I was like, wow, I would have picked Mary to say that. And also remember season 2 of Salt Lake City, right? When they brought on Jenny Wynn. When they brought Jenny Wynn on, Jenny had this visceral reaction to Mary, and nobody ever understood why she had such a visceral reaction to Mary, because Mary really paid her dust. And then remember going towards oh my God, when did that happen? Because I remember season 2 of Salt Lake City, and I stopped reviewing it right after those Facebook posts came out about her from the things that she had posted in 2020, about the Black Lives Matter movement, about, George Floyd and all that kind of stuff. I distanced myself from Salt Lake City in season 2. And then did I try to review? I think I did one review of season 3, and it was a chop for me. And then I came back this season. And like I previously said, I think this season of Salt Lake City was really good. Monica was a good addition to the show, despite how weird she is. I do like her. I think her and her mom are, I can't put my finger on what it is about her and her mom. Her mom is an actress for sure. And I'm starting to look at Monica a little sideways, but I'm still here for it. I still don't care. But going back to season 2. Season 2 was also the season that Jen was, her whole fraud case came up. The whole case came up against Jen. And instead of the women going after Jen, the women decided to go after Mary and her church. And I thought, why are y'all going after Mary? You got a whole ass criminal over here that has now pled guilty and is in prison, but Y'all, that woman Jen had terrorized most of y'all season one. But instead of y'all going after Jen, y'all go after Mary's church. Can we say that Mary's church is a little weird? Yes. I've said it numerous times before about Mary's church that I think her church is weird. I would not go to her church. I wouldn't go to Mary's church just because of Mary, because Mary is not a nice person. She's rude as hell. One thing I will say is Mary says it to your face, but it's still at the end of the day rude as fuck. And I would go in on Mary, right? Especially when we heard that video of her going off on her congregation about them not buying her a birthday gift. Lady, if you wanted a birthday gift that badly, buy it your own self. Like, that was a no for me. But going back to season two, they denounced with Jenny at the reunion. After the reunion, they all had denounced her, right? And I was like, okay, too little, too late, to be quite honest with you. So Mary didn't show up to the season two reunion, and I understood why she didn't show up to the season two reunion. One, she didn't want to be around Jenny, rightfully so, because the woman literally threw a drink at her for no fucking reason, and the women didn't make it a safe space for Mary, so I understood that. So then we get to season four. Mary joined part two of the reunion last night, and Mary is talking about Whitney and the fact that with Whitney, she tweeted that Whitney is a racist, and Whitney brought that up. So Whitney just wanted to get down to the bottom of why do you think that I'm a racist, and people want to sit here and try to say Mary didn't articulate herself correctly. She absolutely did. If you guys don't like Mary, that's fine, but Mary very well, she articulated herself perfectly. But I'll explain it, because she articulated herself well, but at the same time, you kind of you kind of attached something to Whitney that I didn't think was correctly attached to her. So Mary says that she says, one, Whitney hasn't done anything to her, but as a black person, you do get a feeling, and I'm like, that is true, right? We as black people, we know when we feel like someone is coming for us because of our skin tone, our skin color, right? So I'm not going to take that away from Mary. Do I think Whitney's a racist? I don't. I absolutely do not think that she's a racist. So Mary went on to further explain about the Mormon church and how, with the Mormon church, about our skin color, how we'll be in a different heaven as slaves and stuff. And here's the other thing. The people who go up for Lisa Barlow, how do y'all feel about the fact that she really just diminished the fact that the Mormon church is rooted in racism, and both Heather and Whitney said yes, that the Mormon church was rooted in racism and that they're trying to get away from it. And then Lisa wants to say, because there's a black person that's in the Mormon church. Okay, up until the 1960s, black people were not allowed to be a part of the Mormon church. Go look up that, Lisa. Go look that up. Go back and watch season one of Salt Lake City when Heather was talking about she likes black men, gays, and all this kind of stuff, because they believed that our skin is cursed and that we're cursed. Our skin is cursed. Like, Lisa pissed me off last night. Now, going back to where I'm leading back to what I want to talk about. So remember, I said what I said about Garcelle. Garcelle never once called Dorita racist, but Mary literally called Whitney a racist, and there's been so much outrage about what Garcelle has done, but there's very little outrage about Mary. Like, I looked at Twitter I've looked at the Twitter timeline, and nobody, and I mean nobody, is really saying, oh my God, Mary called Whitney racist and she's using a race card. She's using a race card. I do see some tweets, that says how rich of Mary Cosby to call Whitney a racist when she said a lot of racist shit in the past. Mary has not said anything racist in the past that I know of. Well, scratch that. Never mind. Because she did talk about Jenny's eyes. That was ignorance. Y'all do know. Never mind. I'm not even going to get into that conversation. Black people can't be racist. But yeah, so she has said some ignorant things. in the past. So yes, she talked about Jenny's eyes. So that was prejudice. Like we can be, it was a prejudice, not racist, but it was a prejudice. And if we're talking about the 7-Eleven comment, I'm not even going to dig into that either. Again, I don't really care about that. But I just find it, like I said, I just find it very odd that I don't see a lot of outrage about what Mary said as opposed to what Garcelle has not said about Dorit. Like Garcelle has not, and I mean Garcelle has not said that Dorit is racist, that she feels Dorit. She even said, no, I don't think that she's racist. So I think some of the fans are, like I said, selective outrage, delusional as hell, and nutcases. I really do feel that way. I'm sorry to say it, but I feel that way because I feel like some of the fans should just go and touch some grass and smell the fresh air. Because I think oftentimes when it comes to housewives, it's okay to have your favorites. It's okay to be a fan of these people, but you guys go to the core when someone says something against your favorite. Oh my God, she said this about her. We finna attack. Like it's too much. Like y'all create stan accounts to harass these people, attack these people, and it's like, why are you attacking someone that you don't fucking know? I for the life of me just don't understand that. I don't understand it. But like I said, I think it's I think it's hypocritical at best that people are coming for Garcelle, who never once called Dorita racist, but Mary flat out called Whitney a racist. And I want to say this very clearly about both. Do I think Whitney's a racist? Absolutely not. I don't think Whitney's a racist at all. I don't think Whitney's racist. And Whitney even said that she's distanced herself from the Mormon church, which is true. She and Heather have both distanced themselves from the church. And do I think that Dorita's a racist? No, I don't think Dorita's a racist. I think Dorit is, like I've said plenty of times, selfish, self absorbed, and all about self. That's what it is. I don't think she's racist. I think she is a little clueless, a little oblivious, a little obtuse. The list of things can go on. That's all I got to say. Let me know your thoughts and opinions if you guys have any. We'll discuss them in the comment section below. You guys, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And I will see you guys later tonight for Beverly Hills, Miami, and Sisters. Bye, guys.